I never imagined I'd feel this way again. I swore I'd never let someone in, but you proved me wrong, teaching me that love can change everything, even the deepest parts of me. I was so sure that I didn't need anyone, that love would only make me weak. But when you came into my life, you showed me that love is strength, and now I can't imagine living without you. I thought my heart was already spoken for, already broken in ways I could never fix. But you came into my life and showed me that love isn't about fixing, it's about growing together. I thought I was invincible, that nothing could get to me. But when you came along, you made me realize that the only real strength is the ability to love. And now I can't help but love you. I spent years convincing myself I was better off alone, that no one could understand me. Then you walked into my life, and I realized that love isn't about finding someone who understands. It's about finding someone who makes you better. I was so used to being in control, so used to keeping my heart closed. But with you, I've learned that sometimes the best thing you can do is surrender to love and let it change you. I once thought love would always be a battle, something to guard against. But with you, I've learned that love is not about fighting. It's about surrendering to something beautiful. I thought I was safe, keeping my heart locked away. But you found a way to make me feel safe, to make me feel loved. And now I can't imagine being anywhere but here with you. I used to think I could protect myself from love, but you came into my life and proved me wrong. You showed me that love is the most powerful force in the world, and I'm so grateful to have found you. I spent so many years thinking I didn't need anyone, that I was better off alone. But with you, I've realized that love isn't about needing someone. It's about choosing to share your life with someone who makes you better. I thought I could live without love, that I could close my heart and never look back. But you've shown me that love is the one thing that can heal all wounds. And now I'm letting myself heal with you. I never thought I could be this vulnerable, that I would ever open myself up to someone again. But with you, I've discovered that vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's the key to true intimacy. I swore I would never fall for anyone again, that I was better off guarding my heart. But you came into my life, and with every moment, you showed me what it means to love deeply. I used to think that keeping my distance was the best way to protect myself. But with you, I've learned that the best way to protect your heart is to trust and let love in. I used to believe that love was a risk I wasn't willing to take, But you've shown me that the only true risk is never letting love in at all. I told myself I would never love again, that I couldn't let someone change me. But when you entered my life, you not only changed everything, you made me realize that love is worth every risk. I once believed that love meant giving up control, but you've shown me that love is about growing together, supporting each other, and trusting that the journey is worth it. I built walls around my heart, swearing that no one could break through. But you didn't break my walls down. You made me realize I didn't need them anymore. I was so sure I could never let anyone in. But you showed me that love isn't about keeping people out. It's about letting them in and sharing your life with them fully. I told myself that love wasn't for me, that I didn't need anyone to complete me. But with you, I've discovered that love doesn't complete you. It makes you whole. I swore I'd never let anyone see the real me, but you came into my life and showed me that being real is the only way to truly love and be loved. I used to think love was a risk I couldn't take, but you've taught me that the real risk is never opening my heart and missing out on the chance to experience something truly beautiful. I once thought I could protect my heart from the pain of love, but with you, I've realized that love doesn't bring pain. It brings growth, healing, and an overwhelming sense of peace. I used to believe that love meant sacrifice, that it would always ask too much. But with you, I've learned that love is about giving and receiving, and it fills every part of me. I thought I could close myself off from love and live a happy life. But you've shown me that love isn't just something we want, it's something we need to feel complete. I once told myself that I was fine on my own, that I didn't need anyone. But with you, I've realized that sometimes the best things come when we let someone in. I swore I'd never let anyone get close to me, that I was better off keeping my distance. But then you came along, and now I can't imagine a life without you by my side. I used to believe I was invincible, that I could shield my heart from everything, especially you. But somehow you found your way in, and now my world feels different, brighter, and yet more vulnerable than ever. I built walls so high, convincing myself I'd never let anyone tear them down. Then you came along, not with force, but with patience and understanding, and suddenly I couldn't imagine my life without you. I spent so long protecting myself from heartache, swearing I'd never let someone get close enough to hurt me. But the way you love, the way you see me, has completely changed my perspective on what love truly is. I told myself I'd never fall again, that I'd never lay anyone in so deep. But you have a way of making everything feel possible, making me believe in love again, even when I thought I was done. There was a time I swore I'd never open up to anyone, fearing the pain. Yet here you are, with your kindness, your patience, making it impossible to keep my heart locked away. I thought I had it all figured out, that my heart was a fortress, but you didn't break down my walls. You gently guided me to let them fall, and now I'm lost in a love I never thought I'd find. I was so sure that I wouldn't let anyone close, that I'd keep my distance for my own sanity. Then you walked into my life, and I realized that sometimes the right person makes everything worth the risk. Every time I tried to close myself off, I ended up thinking of you. You've changed everything about how I see love, making me want to be vulnerable in ways I never thought possible. I swore I'd never let anyone in, but you didn't need my permission. You just came in with your light, and now I can't imagine a life without you by my side. My heart was a locked door, and I told myself no one could enter. Then you came along and gently knocked, not demanding, but patiently waiting. And somehow I let you in without even realizing it. I had this belief that love would always bring pain, and I'd never let myself feel that again. But somehow, with you, I've learned that love can heal. It can be gentle, and it can change everything. I built walls around my heart, thinking I was protecting myself. But when you showed me what real love is, I realized I was only keeping out the very thing that could set me free. For so long, I thought my heart was closed, that no one could change how I felt. Then you came into my life and showed me that love isn't about control, it's about trust. And you taught me how to trust again. I used to think that being strong meant keeping everyone out. But with you, I've learned that true strength lies in opening up, in letting someone in and trusting them with your heart. There was a time I swore I'd never let someone break through my defenses. But your kindness, your patience, and the way you care for me have changed my heart in ways I never expected. I told myself I would never need anyone, but you came into my life quietly, and without warning, you became my everything. Now, I can't imagine a world without you in it. I spent years convincing myself that love was just a dream, that it wasn't meant for me. But you've shown me that love is real, and that sometimes the best things happen when we least expect them. I used to think that love meant loss, that letting someone in would always lead to heartbreak. But you've shown me a love that's gentle, understanding, and healing, and now I can't look back. For a long time, I thought I could protect my heart from pain by keeping it closed. But then you came along, and in the most unexpected way, you showed me that love is worth every risk. I thought my past would always define my future, that I could never trust again. But you came into my life and proved that the right person can rewrite everything, showing me what real love feels like. I once swore that I would never let anyone in, that I was better off alone. But with you, I found someone who makes me want to believe in love again, someone who makes my heart feel alive. I used to protect myself from love, afraid of being hurt again. But the way you love me so fiercely and completely has made me see that letting you in was the best decision I ever made. I told myself I would never be vulnerable again, but you broke down my defenses with your gentleness, and now I'm left with a love that I never expected, but that I wouldn't trade for anything. For years, I swore I'd never let anyone get close enough to hurt me again. But then you came along and showed me that letting someone in doesn't have to mean pain, it can mean healing. I used to believe that love was just a risk too big to take. But when you came into my life, you made me feel safe. You made me feel loved. And now I know that love is worth the leap.